Dear finance professionals and students, welcome to podcast of Fca Deepak Rao, a practicing chartered accountant. Daily news and updates for 6th March 2025. India's central bank plans to ask lenders to follow stricter underwriting processes for gold loans and monitor the end use of funds as it tries to cool growth in the fast-growing segment. The Reserve Bank of India wants banks and non-banks to also bolster background checks on borrowers and ascertain the ownership of the gold that is being mortgaged. It wants to make sure that any unethical business practices are curbed and financial stability is protected. Apollo Health and Lifestyle Limited has obtained a significant controlling stake in Care Diagnostics through an all-cash deal. This strategic partnership will position Care Diagnostics to expand its healthcare testing services more widely across Uttar Pradesh, which plans to achieve full acquisition eventually. This transaction involves the sale of a majority stake, structured with a path to a full 100% acquisition. The collaboration positions Care Diagnostics to emerge as a dominant player in Uttar Pradesh's diagnostic and pathology sector, extending healthcare testing services to more communities across the region. SEBI has extended the deadline for AIFs to report differential rights issuance from February 28, 2025 to March 31, 2025. This follows industry representations seeking additional time for compliance. The reporting requirement applies to AIFs whose PPMs were filed on or after March 1, 2020 and have issued differential rights outside the standard setting forum's implementation standards. This circular shall come into force with immediate effect. The ICAI has issued guidelines on firm name usage and tender submissions to ensure compliance with CWA Regulations 1959. Members must use only council-approved firm names with minimal deviations allowed. Misleading names and major alterations are prohibited. Tender submissions must accurately list only full-time professionals, excluding non-full-time certificate of practice holders. Leadership of branch offices is restricted to partners, sole proprietors, or full-time employees, barring non-partner COP holders from managing branches. Violations will lead to disciplinary action and members are urged to adhere strictly to these guidelines. The ICAI has released the exposure draft of the Code of Ethics 2025, enhancing ethical standards for cost and management accountants with a focus on integrity, independence, AI ethics, corporate governance, and compliance. It introduces a framework for addressing ethical threats, strengthens independent standards for audits, and provides guidelines on professional conduct, conflicts of interest, and regulatory compliance. Stakeholders are encouraged to review and submit feedback by March 17, 2025. In a bid to defend margins and improve utilization rates, the top IT services companies including Tata Consultancy Services, Wipro, HCL, Accenture and Infosys have reduced the bench sizes in a year and a half. With the IT companies' demand for niche skills related to AI, machine learning and cloud computing, employees with 9 to 14 years of experience with legacy skills are under the risk of bench layoffs. This podcast is sponsored by Sound of CA. We share because we care. Vande Mataram, Jai Hind.